Hello traders, good evening. This is the weekly analysis for the week of 17th October. Monday is already done, and if you see that we had a very strong up move today right from the lows. The lows from where we actually started moving up today is a very important reference level from a weekly volume profile basis. So the analysis and the zones that I would be sharing with you today would be for a weekly perspective. It's on a weekly time frame for this week and would be a combination of standard textbook volume profile techniques and my own methods of volume analytics. So talking about the location from where we had a strong pullback today, strong reversal today, this is a very important weekly reference of the previous week's point of control zone. Market did defend that zone and we started moving up. By closing, we formed a profile in the shape of a P, simple volume profile analysis in the shape of P, and the closing is also inside the value area to the upper side. This indicates strong demand in the markets, and in all likelihood, once we cross Friday's high, which will also be the previous week high, there's a good chance we will continue our move up till 17 450 470 reference levels, because again that is a higher time frame sellers location that I have marked here of 17 450 to 460. So once we cross Friday's high, this will be our initial targets on a short term basis. To the downside, 17 180 and 190 can offer very good support to the markets before it has to again retest previous week's point of control, because we did see some heavy amount of buying here. The candle that actually broke through the zone. So 17 180 to 190, and on the top side 17 450 to 460 are the two references, two levels that I'm looking at right now on a weekly basis. And I expect markets to range for this week between these two reference areas. Initially, once we break through 17 450 460, then markets can get into something we call as a sustained uptrend. Right now, markets is giving the first signs of trend reversal from down to up, but for it to get into a sustained uptrend, we would need the markets to take out 17 450 to 460 zones. Considering the fact that we have a short week next week and the festive season, I'm not expecting much of activity from a directional perspective in the market. So this is the range that I'm looking at for the coming few sessions. Once we go on either side, then we can take positions accordingly. But between this range, if you are an options trader, especially an option writer, you can take positions for the weekly expiry based on this range. If I look at Bank Nifty, the chart of Bank Nifty is telling a slightly different story. Bank Nifty has already gone into a very clean uptrend. Even Bank Nifty has formed a P-shaped profile with the closing at the extreme highs, indicating a very strong demand. So in all likelihood, there is a good chance we can continue the move upwards. To the upside, 4470 is the initial reference that I'm looking at, because this is where we saw those higher time frame sellers. A lot of strong selling happened initially in this area, 4470 to 500 zones. So on a short term basis, this is a level on the upside that I'm looking at. If I have to talk about the downside, then 39,700 is a very crucial zone, because this is where a lot of limit order buying happened today, and this was the location where those longs, the longs who actually are responsible for this up move, have their positions. So only when we break 39,700 will there be a good chance of us seeing a downside move, and then the target should be 39 to 80. So on an expiry basis, I'm expecting 39,700 and 4470 to be the range for now, and I already have positions built accordingly. I have overnight positions both in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Nifty with a slightly non-directional bias and Bank Nifty with a bullish bias, and I would be playing it out accordingly based on these references. Only when we break and we see definitive selling coming in through 39,700 to the downside is when I will look to short this market, because Bank Nifty is much more stronger than Nifty. We also cleanly managed to take out previous week's high. So this is the leading index for now on a short term basis. So any longs, make sure to keep an eye on Bank Nifty. If you look at the order flow of Bank Nifty, it also tells you the same story, especially at these references, you can see these lows where quite some limit buying, quite some passive buying was done, and then markets were propelled to the upside. So these are the kind of zones that you actually need to make a note of, apart from the standard value areas. I'm talking from a standard order flow and volume profile perspective, because the references where actually passive activity happens, there is a good chance that those references will get defended in a much better way compared to the areas where aggressive activity happens. So watch out for this. I hope this video was useful to you folks. If yes, please make sure to like and comment and subscribe to the channel. Also, I share my trades and updates in live markets on my Telegram channel. The link is given in the description below. Make sure to check it out and join. Thank you all and see you soon.